Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, I welcome you all to this video. We are with a microwave engineering chapter confined to the study of microwave transistors along with the tunnel diode. So as far as the microwave transistors are associated, these are a part of microwave solid state devices. So these are associated with the amplification and oscillation of microwave energy. So after the transferred electron devices, the avalanche transit time devices, we have this family. So the very popular microwave bipolar junction transistor we started with, along with its knowledge with respect to the physical structure and the various transistor configurations. The operating principles are also addressed into the previous video along with a practice on a simple problem. Now let us address the amplification phenomena. So here we start with our topic, amplification phenomena of bipolar junction transistors. So these bipolar junction transistors are used for microwave applications here. In the previous video, we have gone through the various type of transistor configuration. Thereupon, out of the three terminals that we have designated with the letters E for emitter, B for base and C for collector here. So in between emitter and base, we have the emitter junction. We generally denote it by capital J suffix E. In the normal mode of operation, we want it to operate into the forward bias condition. Whereas the junction between base and the collector, we designate with the symbol J suffix C, call it the collector junction, and for the normal mode of operation, we want it to operate into the reverse bias condition. Now the selection of semiconductor material for the emitter, base and collector may be either in the sequence N, P, N, N-type semiconductor, P-type semiconductor, N-type semiconductor, or P, N, P. So this is the microwave bipolar transistor, and now in this topic we shall be considering the two modes where we take common base configuration and then the common emitter configuration for the amplification phenomena here. Now when we talk about the gain there, so it is nothing but a simple ratio of what we obtain the output current with respect to the input current. Now considering the common base configuration, I just abbreviate it as CB mode, we shall be taking the gain. So here the gain can be simply represented by the symbol alpha, or in the previous video in the equivalent model we have represented it by the H representation. So H suffix FB we have taken for the common base configuration here. Now for the PNP type of the microwave bipolar transistor, when we are defining such a gain parameter, it is given in terms of the output and input currents. So we have the expression alpha is equal to, we have minus of the collector current IC added with ICO for the saturation case, and this is divided by, we have I suffix capital E. So it is also represented for the common base configuration H suffix FB here. So let us say this is equation number 1, and this formula will be very helpful to us. Now what is the range of values that the alpha will be acquiring into this amplification process? So the alpha ranges between 0.9 and 0.995. So this alpha value is obtained because the opposite signs of the IC and IE are there. So we take always the positive value for the alpha here. Now we shall take account of the emitter efficiency, or we can also say it is nothing but the injection efficiency. As we know that the emitter junction is forward bias with the application of the potentials to the corresponding terminals of the microwave bipolar junction transistor, we have the injection of charge carriers from one region to the another region. So therefore, we shall be calling it the emitter efficiency or injection efficiency. Now we shall be denoting this efficiency by the symbol gamma. So the simple definition of the gamma can be given in terms of this ratio, where the numerator can be denoted as the current of injected charge carriers. So I write injected carriers at the emitter junction. So emitter junction can be denoted as capital J suffix capital E. While into the denominator we have the total amount of emitter current. So therefore, the efficiency for the emitter case or the injection efficiency gamma is given in terms of capital I suffix N capital E divided by capital I suffix N capital E added with capital I suffix P capital E. So these are the two terms giving us the total amount of current associated with the emitter region. Further, it can also be expressed in terms of we have 1 divided by 1 plus in the bracket we shall be representing capital I suffix PE divided by capital I suffix NE here. So here we have expressed the efficiency of the emitter as just now 1 divided by 1 plus I suffix PE divided by I suffix NE here. So here I suffix PE, this capital E is the designation with respect to the corresponding region that it is emitter for our case here. So here it is also for the emitter. Now P designates the charge carriers to be the holes responsible for the contribution into this current here, whereas this current component is produced because of the flow of electrons being the charge carriers here. In terms of the diffusion coefficients along with the help of charge carrier of electron here, we can express the emitter efficiency gamma as we take the inverse here for 1 plus, here we take D suffix P, the diffusion coefficient for the holes here, into Na into W divided by, here we have D suffix N Nd into L suffix capital E. So L suffix capital E is nothing but the length. So it is the diffusion length into the emitter region here. In the similar fashion, we can also define one more parameter with respect to the amplification phenomena. So here the factor can be denoted by beta asterisk here, and beta asterisk is called as the transport factor. So here the transport factor can be defined as beta asterisk is equal to the ratio where the numerator is of the injected carrier current reaching to the collector junction. So I mentioned reaching collector junction, I denote by capital J suffix capital C here, while the denominator will be injected carrier current at the first junction, that it is nothing but the emitter junction denoted by capital J suffix E. Further, in terms of the two current components, we can express this transport factor beta asterisk as the ratio of capital I suffix NC divided by capital I suffix NE here. So here both the charge carrier components we consider to be the electrons corresponding to the collector region and that of the emitter region. It can also be expressed as 1 minus W square divided by twice tau suffix n into capital D suffix n here. Or in terms of taking the help of diffusion length, we express it as 1 minus W square divided by twice capital L suffix n squared here. So this formula of beta asterisk, the transport factor, as well as the earlier the emitter efficiency is helpful while solving the problems based on to this amplification phenomena. Now in this formulation where we have expressed in terms of the diffusion length, the diffusion length because of the electron charge carriers can also be expressed in terms of square root of tau suffix n into capital D suffix n, where tau suffix n is the total lifetime. So here n designates the lifetime of the electrons into the corresponding region. So when it is multiplied to the diffusion coefficient and is taken the square root of the product, we obtain the diffusion length here. So after looking at the operation of injecting the carriers for the emitter junction, when we reach at the collector, so at the collector we can express the collector current denoted by capital I suffix C in terms of minus of I suffix CO minus of I suffix NC here. Further, the gain factor here can be expressed as the alpha is equal to the ratio of I suffix NC divided by capital I suffix capital E here. So as we just know the emitter efficiency formulation and the transport factor formulation, so this ratio INC divided by IE can be obtained by a simple multiplication of the transport factor beta asterisk with the emitter efficiency gamma. So here I outline this relationship between the alpha, beta asterisk and the gamma, which will be very helpful in further the derivations and solving the problems associated with this particular topic. Now considering the bipolar junction transistor operation into the normal mode, we can express the collector current as collector current represented IC is equal to minus alpha time I suffix E minus ICO here. So in this expression, the component ICO is nothing but the current that is crossing the PN junction. And also when we consider the application of the potentials VC or VE to the emitter, we take and the emitter current IE in production, the complete expression for the collector current can be given as IC is equal to minus alpha time IE, which has been added with the multiplication of ICO component into 1 minus we have the exponential e to the power VC divided by VT here. So VT is nothing but the temperature equivalent voltage coefficient here. So it has the value 26 into 10 raised to power minus 3 here. So these were the expression with respect to the common base configuration considering the NPN structure for the microwave bipolar junction transistor. Now instead of common base configuration, when we have the common emitter configuration, the abbreviation to represent the common emitter can be CE configuration. The case we take for the structure, that is NPN, bipolar junction microwave transistor we can say. So for this case, we again go to consider the normal mode of operation where the emitter junction, the first junction is forward bias and the collector junction is reverse bias. So in that situation, the input current here we shall be taking into the consideration will be the base current and we shall be representing it by capital I suffix B. So it is expressed in terms of minus of capital IC added with capital IE corresponding to the collector and the emitter region here. Now we also express the output current, that it is the collector current IC, in terms of, here we have minus of ICO divided by 1 minus alpha, the gain. This is added with alpha times capital I suffix B divided by 1 minus alpha again. Now when the same common emitter NPN structure for the microwave bipolar junction transistor is operated into the cutoff region here, so that time we have the condition if IB is equal to 0 and capital IE is equal to minus of IC, and the collector current given by capital IC is equal to minus capital IE from this formulation expressed as minus of capital ICO divided by 1 minus alpha. We can designate it with the new symbolic representation, that it is capital I suffix CEO here. So here we have taken the situation where IB is equal to 0. So when the collector junction is reverse bias and the base terminal is open circuited, I can say, so that time the total output current is nothing but capital I suffix CEO here. Now the emitter current gain, that can be represented with the symbol represented by beta, or we can also express in terms of H here. So H suffix FE here we take, as our configuration is common emitter here. So it can be expressed here in terms of the collector current capital IC added with capital ICO divided by the input current, we can say capital I suffix B here. Since we know the relationship with the terminal currents, that it is the addition of emitter current IE with the base current IB with the collector current IC added with ICO should be equal to 0, we have obtained the beta here, the current gain expressed in terms of alpha as alpha divided by 1 minus alpha. So this is the very important relationship with these current gains expressed in terms of alpha and beta here. So by the next lecture, whatever the relationships we have been seen in this particular topic, we use for a simple problem based on to the amplification phenomena of microwave bipolar junction transistor. I hope you enjoy this subject, microwave engineering, and for the more knowledge and the details you can subscribe to Ekeeda channel. Thank you.